Rewind 2 years ago and either side of the international fortnight, David de Gea committed unsettling errors as he left his near post unguarded against Daniel Sturridge and Kevin Mirallas, while a Christian Benteke shot slithered underneath him. Over the last week and a half he almost dropped in Darren Fletcher's floater, and maybe the reason Marcos Rojo did not tighten his grip on Phil Jagielko was because he was expecting his goalkeeper to clatter him as he claimed the ball. De Gea didn't and conceded softly. Jose Mourinho's explanation, a small problem had ruled De Gea out of playing at Sunderland, left plenty of Manchester United supporters feeling suspicious. One reply to the club Twitter account's attempt at reassurance was, "The fax machine's working." There United were, like Frank Drebin, attempting to disperse the public in front of an exploding fireworks factory. Mourinho's ambiguity did not convince the usually partisan Phil Neville on live television. "I'm still amazed at David de Gea," he said of the goalkeeper's omission at Sunderland. "It looks like he's been dropped to me. You know, when Real Madrid likes a player, they tend to come and get him. So it'd be a worry if I were a United fan." Neville dealt with De Gea during his catastrophic coaching campaign with United and should have an insight into his professional aspirations. Eric Steele, De Gea's paternal goalkeeping coach who picked the 20-year-old up from Portland International Airport ahead of his first United pre-season, assumed Barcelona was the target. Mourinho was more specific after the game and cited a hip injury, while praising another dependable display by Sergio Romero, who will start his sixth successive Europa League match on Thursday. De Gea greeted each goal on Twitter succinctly, "Iber.Mickey.Kid. If Mourinho stayed up for the Masters, he will have been cheering on Sergio Garcia." This morning's Marcus splashed on the Spaniard celebrating his first major at the 74th attempt, and there is not a spurious peep about De Gea. The topic of Pepe's Real Madrid future is placed just above the masthead. Regardless of whether there was another reason behind De Gea's absence on Wear's side, United are much better prepared to handle another situation amid mounting interest from the Bernabeu. One of the first tasks Mourinho oversaw following his appointment was to kill Real's lingering interest in the 26-year-old. Privately, he insisted how illogical it would be to sell one of United's best players, which will have heartened United supporters who despaired over Louis van Gaal's handling before that botched transfer. Jasper Cillessen, now warming the bench at Barcelona, was seriously considered as a United no. 1 before the Keylor Navas proposal. Marca and his will doubtless pursue the matter. TWO intrepid Spanish journalists managed to doorstep De Gea at a recent Old Trafford sponsorship event and quizzed him on his future. That was an ominous warning for United staff, and not just because they didn't add a footnote credit in their copy. Any of the hacks was surprised De Gea responded to their questions, since he hates interviews with Spanish journalists. De Gea has not enjoyed a good relationship with the media back home since the misunderstanding over stealing a donut from Tesco. The Real saga, Iker Casillas loyalists and an inaccurate tabloid story have just exacerbated relations. Mourinho endured a fraught time with the media and can use that to his advantage. MEN Sport revealed in the days between Van Gaal's sacking and Mourinho's appointment, De Gea was happy to stay at United under the Portuguese. De Gea and Mourinho are both represented by the agent Jorge Mendes, which should encourage United. The club further appeased De Gea in the summer by the arrival of goalkeeping coach Emilio Alvarez, who oversaw his development as a teenager at Atletico Madrid. De Gea improved under Alvarez's and Silvino Lapaoro's predecessor Franz Hoek, But their relationship became strained, and senior United players were convinced De Gea would have left in the summer had Van Gaal stayed. De Gea is contracted to United until 2019, and the club has the option of an additional year. It is understood they would demand double the £32. £6 million Juventus paid Parma for Gianluigi Buffon in 2001, which remains the world record fee for a goalkeeper to sell him. De Gea's deal does not feature a buyout clause either. Ed Woodward allowed Van Gaal to jeopardize United's season by dragging out the De Gea saga until deadline day, and there will be no repeat. Mourinho has also offset any further potential complications by enhancing Romero, who was an accident waiting to happen at the start of last season, and it came at Swansea. Romero is no longer giving United supporters kittens whenever the ball is at his feet, and he is making match-winning contributions, albeit against underwhelming opponents. He has saved just 9 goals in 22 United appearances, and his saves are becoming more significant. His impregnable denial of Victor Anachab on Sunday followed a pivotal late stop to prevent Christian Noboa's free kick.